Ooh-wee.
Okay. It's really gooey. It actually may be still a little too hot to be trying to cut, but let me make sure the sides are not. All right, let's see how this works. You guys know I'm filming with one hand. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, whatever it is, wherever you are. Listen, I was not gonna make a video, but I'm so dog tired, right? I'm like, okay, I might as well. I don't believe I've ever done a lasagna video. I've done the seafood, the other pastas, the chicken wings, and all that stuff. Anyway, so I'm making pasta, regular old pasta noodles. No, I do not buy the oven ready. I don't do that. I have to boil my noodles. I have the Imo's cheese. I have the Imo's cheese. If you're from St. Louis, then you know. And I normally only put this on the top because it's Provel, right? Like, I don't want it all throughout the lasagna. I don't want the lasagna stiff, but I do spread a little of this Imo's brand cheese on the top of the lasagna. I have my Kobe Jack. I also have like a taco blend, Mexican blend cheese. I may use a little of that, not sure. The regular canola oil. Side note, did you guys know that Panera sells their bagels in the grocery store? I don't eat a lot of bread. Like, these Hawaiian rolls and stuff are for like the track meets, so I can make little sandwiches and stuff when Ryan and Tony have track meets. Anyway, ground beef. I do not put sausage and ground chicken and ground turkey and all that. I only use ground beef for my spaghetti and my lasagna. This is another St. Louis brand pasta sauce that I use. It's called the Heel pasta sauce. Well, the Taste of the Heel. It's basically in a whole Italian area, neighborhood with like all the Italian restaurants. So it's called the Heel in St. Louis. If you ever come to St. Louis, you want some real authentic Italian food, go to the Heel. And then I have the regular Schnucks brand pasta sauce, traditional regular Schnucks brand cottage cheese. Now listen, don't come for me. Don't come in the comments talking about, ew, cottage cheese. No, I don't put a lot in there, just a little bit. Just a little bit, okay? Relax. Of course, you gotta have the garlic powder. I have the hamburger seasoning for the beef. Wait, I have 2 garlic powders. I thought one was garlic salt. Okay, what's happening here? Okay, I'm messing up my own YouTube video. Hold on. Thought I had some garlic salt, y'all. Maybe I don't. Anyway, well, all right. And then I have the parsley, the Italian seasoning. So these are the basic seasonings that I'm going to season the beef with. I have the pot of noodles. Well, the pot of water getting ready for the noodles. And then I rinse this out. You guys know when you buy this and then they have like the sticky paper, like the, that you have to pull off. But that stayed on there. I washed it. I don't like how that looks, but we'll go with it. So obviously this is not a deep pan. I'm not making too much like I normally make. It's deep enough, but it's not like a huge deep pan. So this is just something that, it'll be for dinner tonight and probably tomorrow. Then by Monday, they'll be done with it. Anyway, let me go ahead and prepare, guys. All right, guys. So typically, I don't use more than about 12, maybe 13 or 14, like pasta layers, because, not layers, but individual noodles. Because typically on each layer of my lasagna, I use at least 4 noodles, right? See, like at least 4. And then when it's the space up here, I just lay another one across sometimes. So I'm doing at least 2 layers. So I always, well, me personally, I put a layer of noodles at the bottom. I've seen people put the sauce and the cheese and meat at the bottom. I don't do that. I put a layer of lasagna at the bottom, and then I'll make 1 layer with everything on top of this layer here, and then another layer, then another layer of sauce, cheese, and meat, and then that last, you guys will see. But anyway, yeah, I at least 4. Now I've seen people like layer them all up and stuff like that. I don't do that. I like it even. And then I'll lay one across. You guys will see. Anyway, time to boil the noodles. So I'll boil 12. 4 noodles at the bottom, 4 noodles in the middle, and 4 noodles, lasagna noodles on the very top. So these will get soft in a second. So, I mean, obviously, guys, you don't need to boil your noodles to the full capacity because they're going in the oven and you know, they're still going to be cooking. So, I mean, hey, it's up to you, but I boil them just to get them soft enough. But I don't boil them to like the full capacity of softness or anything. Yeah, and I'm not a fan of the oven ready stuff. I can't do that. All right, we're working with something now. All right, so I have the meat, the ground beef. I just turned the skillet on. Got a little extra oil in there. I'm about to season the ground beef. All right, it's getting real. It's getting real around here. So the this was a $6 pack of ground beef. Not sure how many pounds it was, but like I said, this is just something for me and the kids. Something that'll last at least 2 days. You know, I'm getting to the point where I don't have time. Like I don't, especially during track season, I don't have time to be cooking 3, 4 course, 5 course meals every night. I try to cook something that's going to last at least 2 nights in a row. Whether they eat the leftovers or not, it'll still be available. You know, I just don't have the time during track season. Tony has track season. Well, Tony has track practice every day except for Fridays on weekdays. And then on weekdays, it's like my evening is so broken up. I have to leave Tony's track practice to pick up Ryan from her track practice. Bring Ryan back home because she's tired. She doesn't want to go with me back to Tony's track practice until he's done. It's just so much. It's like so much back and forth throughout the weekday. So Ryan just called as I was telling you guys that she's on her way back to the high school. They went to Imperial, Missouri earlier for the district qualifiers or something. So hopefully she's going to state. I'll talk to her about that when I pick her up. But yeah, so she was like, we're 15 or 20 minutes away from the school. I was like, girl, I was just talking about this in my YouTube video. Like I can't get nothing done. Now I'll have to probably wait, guys, to put the lasagna in the oven until after I get back from picking her up. I can turn these noodles off because they're soft enough. They're gonna still cook in the oven anyway. I guess I can keep cooking my meat at least. Have that already ready when I get back. Yeah, it's just crazy around here. All right, y'all, so this is basically what I was talking about. I put the extra noodle across the bottom to cover up that space. I always put the cheese. I have washed my hands. You know, it's crazy when you have to announce that you've washed your hands, even when you're cooking in your own house for your own kids, because some of these YouTubers, man, well, not even YouTubers, because, you know, I don't know, just the people who, they're not technically YouTubers, they're just like trolls. They're only on YouTube to make negative comments and stuff. But yeah, this is what I do. And I put the cheese on the bottom layer first so the cheese can stick and grip the noodles at the bottom. I don't want to put the sauce on before the cheese. It's just me. Dump some of this ground beef. So Ryan just called and said she'll be back. They'll be back at the school in about 15, 20 minutes, guys. I just cannot. Listen, this whole motherhood thing is no joke, man. I promise you. I love my kids. I'll fight a bear for these kids. I'll climb Mount Everest for my kids, man. I promise you, without a doubt. But my God, you guys didn't warn me that I'll be so busy. Nobody warned me. All right. So this is the traditional, regular store brand. And then typically I'll add some extra seasonings and stuff once I pour the sauce where I want it. I don't need that much sauce on the bottom layer. Let me get a spoon. Hold on. Let me get a spoon over here. Such a pretty day outside. We got hit with a tornado yesterday in St. Louis, guys. North St. Louis is torn completely up. And it just breaks my heart, man. Like, you know, when stuff like this happens, you wish that you were rich enough to just buy everybody a new house. Or just, you know, help everybody. And you can't. And it's like, what can you do? Like, this is literally, we can't stop nature, right? We can't do anything about nature being nature. And it's so unfortunate, man. It's so unfortunate. Yeah, if you guys can just Google some of the pictures. I'll do it like that. And then I'll start my other layers. And I usually put a thin layer on the bottom. Yeah, but guys, man, Google some of these pictures. North City, St. Louis. And even where I am, the hail. I actually went live. So you guys can go back and watch the live. I actually went live. I was in shock when the hail was coming down because I just couldn't believe how loud and how big this hail was. So I didn't jump on live because I was in shock. So I got kind of the aftermath of the storm in my area. And I honestly didn't know that it was an actual tornado going on in other areas of St. Louis. It's just so sad seeing people just lose their homes. And it's like absolutely nothing that you can do about it. But, you know, it's... Put some more of this Kobe Jack down so the layers can stick. I always put the cheese on first, but it's like nothing, absolutely nothing you can do about it. I mean, not me as an individual. You know what? I can go and my auntie had a tree on her house. It didn't break through. It didn't break through the roof or anything, but yeah, she had a tree on her house. All right, guys, I've showed you how I did the first layer. I'll finish this layer. I usually put the cottage cheese on this layer here in the middle. And then I don't put too much of this sauce right here, the heel, because it's so rich. Oh my God, it's so rich. So I don't put too much of it, but I still need that taste. I still need that taste. And this may look like, I don't know, it may look like I'm rushing. I am kind of rushing, but this is still normally how I do it anyway. I know Ryan is almost at the school. And then I'll put some more meat, and then I'll put the cottage cheese on it. I'm going to cut it when it's all done so I can show you guys. Like I know you've guys seen lasagna before. I'm gonna cut it so you guys can see the lasagna because you've never seen lasagna before. You guys know what I mean. What I meant was, it's gonna look pretty, even though it looks like I'm rushing. It'll still turn out the same. But yeah, and it's so crazy because after the storms and stuff, the sun came right back out. Like nothing ever happened, man. Like, it was kind of crazy. Like nothing happened. I almost dropped this phone in this freaking lasagna. Lord help me. Sun came right back out because I thought their little end of the school year jamboree was going to be canceled at Tony's school because of the storm. Got an email around 5 o'clock. It's still on. Like nothing ever happened. Like the sun came back out. It was kind of weird. And that's what I mean. Like sometimes these storms and, you know, in weather and stuff, it seems more spiritual than anything, to be honest with you. All right, guys, I'm trying to open up this Emo's cheese because I'm filming with one hand. Bear with me. I actually may have to just come back. I'll be back. All right, guys, so I put some of the Heel brand sauce on it. Put a little cottage cheese on it too. I had to open up that cheese, y'all. I have to get my my ring light stand or another tripod or something, because I broke it and it's so hard to film these videos with just one hand. But I'm dedicated to my YouTube channel. I'm not making any excuses not to film anymore. And no, I do not warm up my pasta sauce in a pot or a pan before I pour it in the lasagna. No, I don't. I'm giving you guys my little recipe. It's gonna be so pretty, I promise you, especially when I cut it. I try to get all 4 corners evenly, like that. And then I'm going to do another layer. And then, what is this? Oh, meat. This looks very pretty to me. I don't know why. I'm gonna do another layer, guys, and put this in the oven. Now, the real question is now, because her school is only 5 minutes away, I don't want to be late picking her up, and I also don't want to leave this lasagna in the oven. So what do I put it on? On broil? What is broil? I'll be back, guys. I may just wait to put it in the oven when I get back, just to be safe. All right, y'all, here it is, about to go in the oven. I have the Italian seasoning and parsley on top. I have extra sauce on top always. I put a little more sauce on the top layer. Put some more of the Provel cheese, and I did mix it with the taco blend, like Mexican blend cheese, because I didn't have like the mild cheddar, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, but I have the oven on 350. I am about to pop it in. Pan isn't, if you can see, like the pan isn't that deep, you know. Ryan has already complained that she doesn't want lasagna, so I'm like, okay, whatever. Go hunt and kill your own food at this point. I don't care. Like, this teenage stuff is like a whole new ball game for me. It's like, whatever. Eat something else. Anyway, I'm going to put this in the oven, guys. Pull it out and cut it and show you guys what the layers look like from the inside. Ooh-wee. Sneak peek. Perfect. All right, y'all, here it is. I'm about to, I guess, cut a corner because that'll be easier. Okay. It's really gooey. It actually may be still a little too hot to be trying to cut, but let me make sure the sides are not. All right, let's see how this works. You guys know I'm filming with one hand. All right, hold on, guys. There we go. Scoop the pan over here. Put the plate right there. Make sure. All right. Oh God, it's so so juicy. Come on, come on. I'm filming with one hand, y'all. That's why it's so hard. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right. Ooh. It'll stiffen up. It's still super hot, fresh out the oven, so it'll harden up a little bit, get a little more stiff. But there you go. If you guys love these type of videos, go ahead and subscribe. I have also started doing my audio videos, which is, you know, just chit chat and audio, where I'm not on the screen, so you don't feel obligated to, you know, watch the screen and pay attention to the screen. You can cook, clean, drive, or whatever, and listen to my audio only videos. Also have grocery hauls. I have shopping hauls. I have all types of videos. Even our Lizard has his own playlist. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel and go find whatever type of playlist that you like. Bye-bye.